I am very firmly in the territory of lazy, and so it is that I don't feel like taking my good camcorder off of the tripod and using that to do this particular video. I also have to record some other stuff with this camera, so that's why I'm using it. Because I figure, what the heck, I might as well combine all of this stuff together. You're probably wondering what the heck this mess is all about, and it is all about hard drives and hard drives dying. As you know, I had to recently, well, you probably know, I'm not sure if you know already, but if you don't, I had to recently replace the hard drive that is in the Compaq. It was a 5400.5, it was a third-in-line replacement, as in I replaced the drive once, replaced the replacement, and then replaced the replacement of that drive. And then it died again. Fortunately, it's still under warranty, and it's actually in transit back to Seagate right now as I speak. This is what I put back in there. This is the one that was sitting on my shelf. And probably won't focus on that because that would be useful, right? Yes, it would. In any event, this is a 5400.6. It's what I replaced it with. That is a second-in-line replacement. And it was slightly better at first. I mean, it was 15 seconds faster, but when it's taking a minute to boot Windows 8, and 15 seconds off of that is really still not a good thing. Eventually, it got so bad that it started crashing Windows 8, and then it finally gave up the ghost completely, and now it's not even detected at all. So that one's done. I'm going to check and see if it's still under warranty. If it is, this one's going back to Seagate as well. If it's not, oh well, I have a nice little paperweight sitting right there. But because this is used for something important, it is my audio-only PC for my live streaming activities. It normally sits right there on top of that box. I needed to do something about it, and so I bought a new drive. Now this drive is not going to be going into this system. This is a Western Digital Velociraptor WD3000 BLFS. It's a 300 gigabyte hard drive. 10,000 RPM. It's meant for servers, but it should do just fine for the purpose. So what am I going to do? That is a very good question. Let's find out. This is my main computer, and as you can see, I have taken a backup of the website drive. Now the website drive is actually sitting in that enclosure that's got the blue LED right there, which the camera won't focus on because it's too dark. But trust me, it's there. You can see the blue LED. That drive is a Seagate 7200.4, and yes, it's another Seagate, but I'm going to be taking that out of there, putting the 300 gigabyte drive in there. Hopefully, I can assume that it will fit, and we will be doing it that way. So I'm going to get through with the swap. We'll take that drive out of there, and we will take a look at the new drive, or I will install a new drive in it. Alright, so because people complain far too often about the fact that I don't use tripods in my videos, I got a tripod and I'm using a tripod. Are you happy? I hope you are. That, and it really takes two hands to do this. Alright, as you can see, there's a slight difference because I forgot one major thing. And that is that these external USB enclosures, at very least the ones that aren't powered off of a wall wart or anything like that, don't put out positive 12 volts. The Velociraptor requires positive 12 volts, probably for the spindle motor because it runs at 10,000 RPMs. So if it ran on 5 volts, it would probably need an insane amount of current, which is why it runs on 12. So that's not going to work. So for now, I'm just going to loosely put these shields back on and just use this Hitachi drive, this 160 gig, because it's only about 3 gigabytes worth of stuff on the drive anyway. I'll just use this, and either tomorrow or on Tuesday, the day of the show, I will buy a 3.5-inch powered enclosure. Or something similar. Maybe I can get a 2.5-inch powered enclosure and put the Velociraptor into service in place of that thing. Which then means that I'm going to have an enclosure kicking around, but that's fine. I'll probably replace the other Sieg enclosure, which is having problems with its LED light, with that other thing. And maybe just put that drive in here. But anyway, enough yakking, let's get this set up. Alright, okay. Your device is ready to use. There it is, local disk D. Where'd it go? There it is. I think I'll just delete all of that. This is a test drive. Delete volume. Yes, please do. That is the right volume, correct? Close that. Let's see. Let's go over. We are zoomed all the way out. To something. Let's go over here. Okay, I am going to have to fiddle around with it. So it's the S drive and the D drive that we need to worry about. Okay. This has probably got, yeah, it's got a test install of Windows on it. Probably, might even be from my netbook, I don't know. But it will not do, so we're going to get rid of it once it decides it wants to work. Come on, I don't have all day. Let's see, D drive and S drive. That will be this. Change drive letter, I'm going to make sure, yes, S, delete. Delete volume, don't care. Same thing for this, eventually, once it decides it wants to do it. Delete volume, yes. And then we'll assign it a letter. We'll assign it the letter S, because that's what it's supposed to be. Or actually, we won't do that. What we will do is we will go over here, rescan our disks, and reload the image to it. Okay, it looks like it even got it right on the first try. That's the only 160 gig drive that I've got on this system, so it shouldn't be too big of a problem. Gonna be our disk 5 source disk. Yeah, disk 5 should be fine. Finish. Go ahead and restore all of that data back to it. Shouldn't take too long. And we are done. So I can now get ready to get the other drive set up for use in the audio-only PC. Looks real good, actually. Looks like I picked the right drive because this one doesn't have too many problems with it. I don't like the fact that the reallocation event count is at 5 because usually that's not... That means that it's processed reallocation events, but it hasn't actually reallocated a sector. And for whatever reason, it doesn't trigger its current pending sector count message. But the other one has got a high shock error, a high seek error, and The other one's got some serious problems, but this one seems to be alright. So anyway, let's get a move on with the other drive. Alright, so we are now loading the old drive, the old image onto the new drive. Now eventually I would like to transfer the audio-only PC over to 64-bit Windows 8, because I do have a copy of it now that will work. System reserved, close that. I have a copy now that will work. But for now, 32-bit will be just fine because the system's only got 4 gigabytes of memory. And it won't really be able to take advantage of anything more because I'm not really going to buy any more. At least not even for this system. If I do buy 8 gigabytes of DDR2, it's going to be for something else. And even at that, I don't have my T61 here anymore, so there's really no point. So I guess there you have that. It's going to be, for the most part, stuck on 32-bit, but that's just fine. It works, it's paid for, and does everything I need it to do. The Butt Broadcasting Tool is a 32-bit piece of software. Okay, it only took about half an hour, but we are ready to go with the new drive now. So you can go ahead and unplug that. And take it out and put it where it needs to go. Okay, here is the moment of truth. Let's see what happens when we turn it on. Go to Windows 8 logo, the spinning thingy. Does it take a minute to boot like it used to? It does not. So there's a bonus, I guess. So far it is running much better than it was before. I'm going to quickly turn off the wireless. The microphone is on, which is why you can hear me talking in the background. Let's enter the password. And there we go, exactly the way I left it off. Let's make sure that the broadcasting tool opens. Looks like the broadcasting tool opens too. How nice is that? Of course, it's not going to be able to connect to it. I have it set up to automatically connect. That's not going to work. Well, anyway, there you have it. The audio-only PC is now back up and running. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. I hope to see you next time. Till then.